All right, you're live.
Hey guys, this is Ariel with Zens Tea. If you want to save 5% off on your next online order, use the promo code below. It's Ariel Zen. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Bye.
Awesome. Thanks,
Switch
Ariel.
it over.
Switch it over right here. Get underneath the
Over
wire.
under.
It's over under. Is that okay? All right. So hello everyone. This is our third video on the series Spilling the Tea on Environmental Health. And can we give a shout out to Ariel? Why don't you give Ariel right there?
Hey.
What is that? Show right there. All right. Give this video a thumbs up for her. And really, the reason why we're doing this is not to really promote her promo code. It's to talk about environmental health. So let's get started. Why is environmental health important? You can bounce if you want. Why is environmental health important? Why are we doing a series? Why is a tea company talking about environmental and social health? It's because a lot of people think, I can take a pill, I can drink some tea, I can use some essential oils to help heal my body. And as true as that may be, environment plays a huge effect on a person's body. And we know that holistically, that physical health is just one part of our overall wellness. So environmental health looks a little different for every one of us, for every one of our cultures. The elderly, environment looks different. For children, babies, people with autoimmune deficiencies, that means they were diagnosed as high risk for diseases and viruses. Let me see right here to answer your questions in just a second. And even people with disabilities, people who are very clean, OCD. Environmental health looks many different ways. So I want to ask you, what if you could have your own environment, your own utopia of perfect health? What would it look like? Environmental health goes beyond just the physical. Last week, we did a video on environmental and social health where we talked about the social sciences, about living in a toxic environment, more like emotional and mental. This one's a little more scientific. So, environmental, if you could have your own environmental health, perfect utopia, what would be in it? Here in Los Angeles, there are a lot of people living out on the streets. Yet there's a lot of hospitals. People care about the environment and their health. It's quite the dichotomy because there are some people who just could be totally oblivious to what's going on. That's here in Los Angeles where Zens Teahouse is located. But what about where the tea comes from? Tea gardens, India, China, Japan. These are very rural areas where the environment plays an intricate part in their economy. Update, here in Los Angeles and pretty much everywhere, the environment goes way beyond just cleaning up after our dog's mess. No, the environment is part of our whole ecosystem. And so how we take care of our environment, our backyard, will inevitably affect our neighbors as well as ourselves. Got any questions, Mark? All right. So we notice that developing countries and rural areas are very dependent on the environment, probably perception-wise different from real industrialized countries, cities, metropolitan areas where, the environment that they struggle with is probably, poor water quality, air pollution. But environmental health includes exposures to toxins, diseases, our ecosystem as a whole. How we human beings function and interact with our environment goes beyond just the Homo sapiens species. Actually, our four-legged animals, our four-legged friends, birds, fishes, they're all influenced by our environment and vice versa. So how does that work? Well, the Department of Public Health is a service that serves humans, that serves our whole ecosystem by looking at what threats are, what hazards, what can negatively affect our health. How does that come about? Is it scientific? Yes, but it's also based on philosophy, on values. maybe you're thinking, well, I care about the environment, but you know what? I don't really know how to feel about it. I just listen to the man on television. I do my best. Well, here we're going to talk about how environmental health looks different in different areas, different cultures, and also on our values. Some people think, you know what? Prevention, it's the most safest way. It's also very cost effective. I agree. But there's also people who say, no, I'm a social Darwinism. I believe nature takes its course. Death, extinction, as harsh as it is, it's very much part of our reality. It's as real as life. While others take a more, theological, religious perspective where it's like God is in control or Mother Earth balances everything. There's the no fire, no drop of rain will fall too early or too late. And some people say, well, yeah, that may be true, but we still have an obligation to take care of our community. And others, they have a philosophy where it's all meaningless. So how do we take care of the environment? How do we know what is the perfect environment for us? I already did the disclosure. A healthy environment for the elderly may look a little different for those who are babies, people with adults with learning disabilities, and the spectrum goes all over. From the industrial metropolitan areas to the rural places where your gardens are growing on every corner. So Zen's philosophy, our motto of helping people through the power of tea, it's humanitarian in nature. We seek to help people. That's why we're doing this video, because people say, hey, Zen's Tea House, I need a tea to help out with my, with my skin condition. It's like, well, environmental health will actually explain that, the pollution in the air, the smog or overexposure to sun, that's a reflection of environmental health. And you could try some teas, and you could use some aloe vera and drink some chamomile tea, essential oils. All those are great and helpful. But the solution may very well be in how we interact with our environment. All right, great. Got some people watching. Hope you enjoy this video. So environmental health is really a reflection on the people, on the culture. How our environment looks today will look different tomorrow. And the steps we take to take care of our environment will inevitably pay its dividends to our own health. And so I hope you enjoy this. I hope you understand that there are some people who say masks are great, but they're not for me. Other people, it's like, no, masks are essential because I have a family to take care of. We want to share with you that Zen's Tea House, our mission is helping people through the power of tea. We want to share with you that teas and herbs are great, but really, if we're going to look at our health, we can't just talk about the physical. We have to look at the emotional, the mental, the social health, the social aspect of health, and very much environmental. All right, this is our series, Spilling the Tea on Environmental and Social Health. Last week we did it. We talked a little more on the social sciences and how important it is for us to be in community. This video is a little more environmental, ecological, disease, viruses, although we didn't go into science because I'm not about to go into that sphere. But if you want more information about those science, you can look at the links below or check out our zenstea.com website, environmental and social health. It's on our resources page. It's in the link below. Hope you enjoy this video, and if you like it, give it a thumbs up. Talk to you guys later. That's done on YouTube. Facebook Live is still going.